1 2 1 2 is yours truly, DJ Mike Marvelous. Welcome to Cheat Code. I am here at Nickolodeon Universe in Rutherford, New Jersey. Ever tell you about the time I heard my first DJ in a department store? This is very similar. I'm real close to New York City. The first time I ever heard a DJ in a public space like Macy's was in New York City, Manhattan. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm here at Nickolodeon Universe and I'm thinking, if I had to DJ a venue like this, what would I play? So I'm going to show you what tracks or how I would prepare for a family fun event. Yours truly, DJ Mike Marvelous. Let's get started on Cheat Code. So first things first, you want to know your audience. Nickolodeon Universe is a family-friendly theme park. So you'll have a mixed crowd. It'll be kids, it'll be teens, it'll be parents, grandparents. Your goal, keep everyone on their feet and smiling from ear to ear. You're not the main attraction here. It is the rides, it is the experience. You are part of the elements, right? You're adding another element of fun to the guest visit to Nickolodeon Universe, right? So your music in some cases is just background music, but in some cases it is keeping people entertained as they wait in line or as they grab something to drink or something to eat or just hanging out with their kids or just hanging out with their family. You are that added level of that, and you have to understand that this is not the club, so some of the tracks that you play or the way that you play in the club or for other venues may be slightly different for when you have these family fun events, right? So when it comes to hosting, remember, no explicit lyrics or too much bass. You don't want to hit them too hard. Again, the main focus is not the music. The music is just an added level. You want to leave the club vibes for another day. Think upbeat, catchy tunes that everyone can sing along to. If you're not the friendly, bubbly type, this may not be the event for you, right? If you like to do hard hits and club blends and things like that, this, again, it's a corporate kind of, in a sense. Nickelodeon is a corporation, so you wanna work in terms of playing it safe, playing music, but still being a mixer, right? Having some fun with staying within the lines, the guidelines. These can be some of the hardest events because you're set into a certain fit. You can't go everywhere with your music, but at the same time, you have to be different enough to allow for fun. So it is this catchy space, right? I mean, you could just go and play music, right? But boring. But if you're really trying to DJ this event and really have fun doing it, you got to add some creativity to the guidelines that they give you, right? And that's a discussion that you have with the individuals that is hiring, right? So let's go ahead and jump into how we would set up a playlist or curating a set list for this event. The first item here, let's jump right into it. I would create a folder and call it what the event name is. This one will be Nickolodeon Universe event, right? So if I was DJing at Nickolodeon Universe, I would create a folder simply by clicking the create folder and creating Nickolodeon Universe event, all right? Then I would break down my folders based on themes, right? The cartoon theme song. So your SpongeBob SquarePants, Fairly Odd Parents. You know, this is Nickelodeon kind of theme songs. I don't know if Disney would be connected. They're two separate companies, so I don't know if you're playing Disney theme songs would work here. I would ask, right? I would ask before I play it. Because you don't want to play Pepsi at Coca-Cola's event, if that makes sense. That's kind of what would happen here. That's the easy go-to, right? Grab some Disney music songs and play them here. But I would talk to the individuals hiring. Hey, I understand it's Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon has its own shows, and you can grab some songs off of those shows as well. So that's what I would stick to when we talk about cartoon-themed songs. Anything dealing with cartoons, specifically to Nickelodeon, do your research, I would include here. Then we start to talk about just music as a whole, those pop hits that are known, catchy, kids may like, those TikTok bangers, those, short clips. Those songs would go here for your pop hits. kids' favorite kid songs. Again, there's younger kids that'll be here at this event. There's older kids that'll be here. You got to hit all tunes. For this kids' fave, I would lean more to like nursery rhyme kind of songs, but not that slow. I would look for remixes or make remixes of nursery rhymes and include them here to include in your mix. Line dances for the parents. Line dances usually are great go-tos for family events. Include your line dance crate here. That way I can grab a line dance if I haven't played one in a while, or to get people moving or tapping their feet, or at least trying something out there. There's plenty of space where the slime is, and all that right underneath of the blimp where people can sit and rest or just stand and kind of create a space for people to dance and enjoy themselves while they're at the park. For all events, I always, even weddings, I always create this crate called Mike's or Mike Marv's Picks, right? Because these are songs that typically nobody is requesting, but I know as a DJ would work for this event, or maybe something that I can do with that song in cooperation with what the playlist guidelines are for this event. That's what I would do. I would create my own playlist or my own folder for songs that may not be included in any of these categories, but still may work or still may work for this event. So that way I can then start to pull elements of my mixing into some of the songs that may not be readily used when you're out mixing. That's one way of setting up your crates, right? Is based off of the type of music you will play. Generally, this will probably be anywhere from a 4 to 6 hour event where you're DJing. That's my guess. Again, I've never DJ'd here at Nickolodeon Universe event. They're not paying me to do this. I just happen to be there with my kids, and I just had a thought that maybe I could help others to be able to set up for an event like this. The next thing I would do, or another way that you could create your playlist, is simply by creating sets. And what I mean by sets is, if I know it's going to be a 4-hour event, I'm going to create a mix set for hour 1, a mix set for hour 2, hour 3, and hour 4. This set is based off of when people will be in the building, right? So maybe hour 1, we're playing it super safe because the park is still it's starting to fill, whatever start time you may have. Maybe it's in the afternoon that you get started right at the peak. Then I know peak songs here, and the later we go in the evening, the older the crowd would get. So then I could add in more pop songs, more of Mike Marv's picks in hour 4 than I would in hour 1, because it's a younger crowd with their older parents or grandparents there in the beginning hours, where the later the evening gets, or later in the day that it gets for the gig, the more songs I can start to introduce that maybe the younger crowd doesn't fit for them, but it fits for that teenage group, right? So this is where I would start adding in some of those songs, Mike Marv's picks, some of those TikTok songs and things of that nature, whereas in hour 1 and 2, I'll have more of the nursery rhymes, the kids' faves, the pops, the cartoon hits. I'm still going to include cartoon hits in these, but I will mix them differently, right? So that's just a couple of different ways you can set up your crates to DJ one of these events, one of these family fun events, such as Nickolodeon Universe. Hopefully this helps you to kind of prepare for the event. Good luck for those of you that are going out for the event. I really would like to hear if you ever DJ'd for Nickolodeon Universe. Please comment below. Let me know, how did it go? Would this playlist setup help in mixing at this venue? Sometimes you may have Wi-Fi to be able to grab songs off of streaming, but as we all have found out, streaming is not yet always available to you. So you have to have some kind of system that you're able to grab music from maybe one of the record pools, and I'll drop a link here to my record pool video, so you can be able to mix songs without the worries of not having Wi-Fi. So there you have it. That is how you would mix, or that is how I would set up a crate for Nickolodeon Universe if I was the DJ. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, please comment below. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. Okay. Next, we want to talk about engaging the crowd. So a great DJ isn't just about the music. It's about creating an unforgettable experience. And here's a few pro tips. So announcements. You may have to make announcements at these kind of events. They have shows that happen where they have people come in. I think when I was there, it was Paw Patrol that was doing a show there. So someone came over the intercom and announced the time that the show was about to start, and people would gather near the stage to watch the show. So you may be taking on that responsibility to announce those show times. The park may want you to announce when you see, if you're standing on that second level, that top level, and you can see the entire park, that is where I would choose to DJ. But if you can't, then maybe you have a runner or somebody that looks at lines to tell you whether a ride has short lines, so you can make that announcement so people can go to that ride and get on that ride quicker. Again, it's all about the experience of the people, right? So you may say, you know, Shredder has a short line. This is a huge ride. People want to get on it, so they'll head to that line, right? You may also want to give birthday shout outs. So this is shout outs for, you know, birthdays or any event that people may be celebrating. They have kids' birthday parties there, or it's time for that birthday party to come to the birthday space. Whatever it may be, that may be your responsibility to make those announcements as well. Also, there's sometimes safety announcements when it comes to these events. People are running. The park really doesn't probably want people to be running their full speed through the park. You can get hurt, what have you. So you may be asked to make those safety announcements, such as no running in the park, you know, kids below the age of a certain age needs to be with a parent, what have you. Sometimes those safety announcements do come in play. So using that microphone, using your announcement skills, using that engagement to the crowd, that'll give you a boost to actually getting this gig. Also, sometimes there may be a situation where, hey, we want to have a dance party. At some time during your gig or your sets, can you announce that we're going to have a dance party and hype up the crowd to start dancing to a particular song and have a dance off somewhere in the park? So you want to use your energy, you set the tone, and just make it fun. Again, there may be games and contests, there may be props and giveaways like glow sticks or bubbles or whatever it might be to include or enhance the experience of the guests at Nickelodeon Universe. Then that's exactly what you're there to do. Okay, so again, engaging with the crowd. Next, we'll talk a little bit about setting up your gear. Let me tell you, first off, this mall is enormous, right? So we're going to talk about the size of the mall. Nickelodeon Universe is inside of one of the biggest malls in America. This mall is huge, so you do want to be sure that you know exactly where you're going into. If you have to carry equipment, you want a way to get right into the Nickelodeon Universe space, right? Because if you got to carry equipment through this mall, you'll probably do this gig one time and probably never again. And when I say gear, I'm talking speakers, your controller, whatever it might be. You don't want to be carrying that stuff throughout the mall, okay? So you want to make sure you have quick, easy access to the Nickelodeon space. If there is no access to the space, make sure you bring a cart or something that you can get your gear in one run, right? So you may have to have a smaller setup, whatever it may be. But you just want to make sure you are prepared for any glitches or anything that may go down. Extra cables, your power supply, surge protector, anything like that. For me, if I'm coming and I'm setting up, I'm probably leaving lighting. This place is pretty well lit, so I probably don't want any lighting unless you have some kind of moving head or rotating heads that will spin into the space. Maybe you can include that. Outside of that, I would stick to just the music, your microphone. I would not assume that Nickelodeon Universe will provide anything. I would always come prepared or ask those questions beforehand. Secondly is parking. I know for guests, there is a fee to park. So if you are performing at Nickelodeon Universe, I would say include your fee, that parking fee, inside of your fee. Just so you can, you know, unless you just want to eat, I think it's $10, you can eat the $10 if you want. And make that just part of your incidentals as you get paid. But have that discussion. Sometimes they can validate your parking or what have you. I've done some events where, you know, don't worry about parking. You ask about parking. If you don't ask, you ain't getting. All right, so that's kind of what it is for that. But again, for your setup, make sure they have a table for you. If not, you're gonna have to carry the table. You wanna double check on all these things. Never assume when it comes to equipment and setup. Always ask the proper questions. Make sure you can get there quickly, set up quickly, break down quickly, get out quickly. That is the key with these types of events. But give it your all while there. So there you have it, folks. Your ultimate guide to DJing a family fun event at Nickelodeon Universe. Remember, it's all about creating a joyful, memorable experience for everyone. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome DJ content. Until next time, keep spinning, stay marvelous. Cheat code.